What was that?
Did you see that?
Was that the primary buffer panel?
It did seem to
Did
resemble...
the primary buffer panel just fall off my Gorham ship for no apparent reason?
This landing is gonna get pretty interesting.
Define interesting.
Oh God, we're all gonna die?
This is the captain. We have a little problem with our entry sequence, so we may experience some slight turbulence and then explode.
On screen.
On screen. And here we go. Welcome in as we begin the Creator 3-in-1 Magical Unicorn. Also makes a seahorse and a peacock turkey duck thing. We are going to give the no instructions thing a go, as we do. First things first.
Let's get started. Let's get right in there. Oh, man. Oh, look at this. Man, how do you guys open your Lego boxes?
I mean, from one end usually. So we got 3 booklets, which we will barely be looking at. Got the photo on the front, which is slightly different angle to the one on the back of the box, different again to the front of the box. This one shows a bit more of the plates in the front here. There's a bit more shadow lines showing between the pieces than in that picture. So let's get started. Today. Open these all out. One of a kind, like stars shine beyond nighttime. Are you there? Now, being a 3-in-1 set, in theory, all of the pieces are pretty much used in the main model. And only some will be used for the seahorse or the bird. This light is way too glary on camera. That's a little better. All right, so that's our base. And that has... Okay, and there's a tiny picture here from the other angle so you can see the other side of the base. So there should be another white semicircle tile to go on that side. Right, and for the base that it has there. Okay, so these are the feet. And that is an orange piece of some kind. I'm going to guess it's that. Okay, so all 4 hooves are this combination of pieces. And that is probably a spare. Front legs need this hinge piece. And then a plate with a clip. Alright, so this semicircle tile will also be a spare. Little curved slope.
This is a decent size. It's not all about the length, it's about the thickness as well. And it's got both.
Only 145 pieces. Bow their head. And then that clips onto one of those. There's a rounded tile on top. Okay, so that's the 2 front legs done. And they will clip onto those. Dun 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 dun. Still let go of their square. Okay, that was 6 along. Okay, so this will be the base of the entire body. So those clip onto that. 2 of those. Then we've got this pale aqua shade of clip at the back. Where's the other one? There should be one more. There it is. And by 4-piece across there. I got 2 of those. Question will be whether there's anything inside here beneath that piece and that piece. Or if it's just hollow inside. Cheese slip at the back there. How is that tail clipped on? Nothing shows that. But if we build the tail, we can work backwards. Okay. The blue clip. That's one of those. That turquoise piece like that. Then a plate. A 1x3 tile we have. Okay, so that other cheese slope is going to be a spare. It goes up there. Still a layer of blue, so that'll be a plate to fit there. I don't have a purple plate, but I do have 2 blue. So we'll assume one of those is a spare. And then the 1x4 purple goes underneath that. So there's the tail, which then has these blue tiles along it. Just attaches there. Mirror image on this side. Okay, so we've got a tail. So that will need to attach to clip like that. Okay, I don't see anywhere in the body that this would fit. Because it's light turquoise on the front. Yes, well, we've got a couple of the 2x4s, but I think one of those It's definitely up here. I think this is the dark shadow here under the red. The red curved slopes. Requiem. So I think that goes there. Let's go red at that end. Purple at that end. Okay. There's at least one orange plate up in the main. We put those there. That's where that one goes. So this will go there. That's at the top. So we'll go with the two blue plates here. What color is that on the other side? It's this. That would make sense. Matches the tile. Medium azure, I think. So then these attach on like so. Finish out the rainbow. There's there's the base. Okay, hind legs. One by four plate behind it. One by one round on the back. Go the neighborhood. And that's where the 1x3 in this pale aqua comes in. Stick it up your yeah. Stick it up your yeah. You tell him, Fred. Okay. Here's a hind leg. Here's the other one. Okay, that's the nose. The eyes are also on those brackets. Okay, and then that has Dark pink cheese slips up to it. You are a spell. Top of the head. This then has it goes across there. It goes there because that curved tile can't be attached in both these points, so it's only going to be attached down the bottom here. Onto one of those snot bricks. And that's another that one there. Orange curved slope. Snot brick. That goes like that. That meets up there. There'll be an orange plate hidden in the main there. Oh no, the brick separator. Take that out. That'll be one of those in red. So that should line up with, yeah, that lines up with that. With the yellow stripe on the outside. Okay. Okay, these arches, they must be inside there because they don't appear anywhere in this picture. So if we put the arches inside the body, fully supports those pieces. We also have this. This brick is up in the head. That one's there. So then the nose comes down off that one. That's flush with that, so this needs a one of those. So that then sits flush against that. Okay, and from the front you just see two lots of light aqua. So we'll hide the dark turquoise behind there so that we can use our last 2x4 plate there. There's our body. Goes on there. That'll be a spare. That's a spare. That's a spare. That's a spare. Cheese slip will be a spare. So they're all spares. One unicorn little spiral horn will be a spare. The other one we will use. It goes up on there. This is a lot easier than the red dragon was without instructions. So then to fill this gap up here, the ears are made like that. And they go on top there, so that means if we put that there, that there, those, that will hold that. And that means we're done. Click. Click. Oh. Go on there. Front legs clip in. And a tail. Ta-da! So what was that, about half an hour of actual build time? Nice. We haven't looked in the book once. But now that we've got to that point, now it's time to go, did I do it right? Hey, chocolate chip. Yep, that is what I did. We've just built the magical unicorn. And now that it's finished, I'm going to look in the book and see if I built it the right way. It would appear, yep, turquoise up there. Orange plate concealed inside the head. And those are the hidden layers in there. That is indeed what I did. Nice. So yeah, it took about half an hour. But basically just using the picture on the front of the book. And a little bit of looking at the photo on the box. We get a unicorn. So I suppose, since that only took half an hour, I suppose I now need to pull it apart and attempt... what should I do next? Seahorse? We'll do the bird. I reckon we've got a good chance of figuring out the bird. Bird looks doable. Don't really get a different angle. You just get a facing to the right, facing to the left picture. Oh, that's a slightly more turned. Don't know if there's much extra information there. We'll give the bird a go. How's everyone's Friday? Oh. Hey, Eric. How's it going? Welcome in. Just built the unicorn without the book. Or I should say without the inside of the book. I used the front cover. Now we're going to try the bird. See if the bird is doable from the photos. Yeah, I tried this with the red dragon, which was doable, but it took a long time. You've got the falcon? Nice. I haven't, are those instructions free? I haven't gone looking for them. It is May the 4th next weekend. Are they on Rebrickable? Let me have a look. I don't have the fan under my desk turned on yet. I wonder it's warm up here. There we go. Ooh, very nice. Thank you. Instructions downloaded. It's a very quiet, rainy Friday here. Ugh. 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 Okay, and yeah, building this without the instructions was a fun little problem-solving exercise. Yes, can confirm unicorn completely doable without looking in the book. Ooh. Come on, there we go. Oh, very nice. What size is your R2? And a half inches tall. Oh, that went flying. Exclamation, oops. While I go grab that from across the room.
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
It was about 2 feet away. All right. Back to the starting position. Okay, so tail 69. Okay. Goes there. The other one of those comes around. Yes, very sus. Okay, there we go. Then okay, that goes there with one of those. All right, then. Thanks, hero.
Give me the water.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I just made hero hydrate and stretch. And then those. There's the other purple one. So the orange probably goes on a blue 1x1. Because that's the color we've got to work with. I'm sure there were two of them. There's the spare, but there should be one more. There it is. That goes in there. So that's our feather pattern, and then it's one of those little tiles there. If we look at the back of the box, it looks like it's those. And there's one of those. I mean, it could have that. I'll use it for stability anyway. But I don't. It's hard to tell from the angles if it is there or not. It works. It's not there. All right. How many? Of 6. So that is the duck or whatever it is. The body is longer than it looks. Goes across this. Let's build the legs. Oh, look, it's the arches that were actually visible in the... invisible, I should say, in the unicorn. They're now visible as the legs here. Go across there. And then... the snot brick facing backwards. One by four. And then that piece.
Welcome to the party, pal!
There it is 3 o'clock. But then what goes in there? Okay, and then this. And I'm going to use... probably going to use 2 of these. Behind there. And then the red snot bricks face the back with pink feathers. Ah, I need to change that welcome message because the fundraising ended on the 22nd. I'll update that while I'm on ad break. So when we go for a BRB, I'll run that screen, stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll see you in about 3 minutes. Okay, that goes up there. Then that's behind it. Okay, so something's under there. Alright, that goes there. Alright, so I'll hit a be right back screen and we'll see you very soon. And we're back. Okay, I switched over to the other timer of chat commands, so they may just disappear until 4 o'clock. I don't know how the triggers for each other work when they're changed, but we'll put this tile on there and this one on here. For our cross-eyed bird. So this is all visible from the front. The question is what goes in there. And what goes in under there. Either place would be a logical spot to use this piece. So we could do that. Oh. And that would fit like that. There's something back there, but is that the shadow of the Lego stud on here? Or is it... Okay, why is that... This... Okay, yep, I think I know what's going on. I think... So I think even though I've disabled the effect list, it's probably... still gonna run. Let's... disconnect and reconnect Firebot, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if that turns the triggers off. Okay, then on the back here. Yeah, so I've got instead of having multiple timers, Firebot also has a scheduled effect list where you can you know, have something happen on the hour. So instead of having my chat messages trigger after a certain amount of time or after so many chat messages, I've just got them on a strict clock. So at 4 p.m, welcome message plays. And then Firebot has an inbuilt delay, and then it runs the next effect, and then a delay, and then the next effect. So whether there's a million people chatting or no one chatting, Firebot's still going to pop up every sort of few minutes and go, hey, here's some other information. So it does mean that on a quiet night, it's sometimes just my bot talking to itself. But the upside is nothing goes out of sync. So it's not like each one's on a separate timer running with chat lines. It just sort of goes, all right. And it means it's only one thing to mess around with. So it's a single list in Firebot that just has a long effect list of chat, delay, chat, delay, chat, delay, chat, delay, chat, delay, chat, delay. And I can toggle things on and off. And if I want to tweak any of those, I can just go in and change that one little message. But as I think I'm just learning, if you turn it off after it's started, it obviously is still going to keep running. Yeah, because if I've made a timer, it has an interval, it has chat lines that's optional. Whereas the scheduled effect, as soon as my computer says it's 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., it triggers the first chat message. So yeah, it was very handy to figure out. Okay, on this model, that goes on there. All around me. Okay. Okay, that's this. What color is that, like, pixel there that you can see? And then on the back here, hang on, does this use the spare? So you get a spare one of these tiles in these sets. It looks like we're using the spare. Because it doesn't look like the grey one. And then with these. Yeah, so the spare off the main model, it looks like it's being used in the wide open. Open. So then what goes in that space? Well, to keep the bird shape, have we got... So we don't use those plates anywhere else, so we'll chuck them in there. And then I can put these ones down. And then we use the 1x3 pale ones. Okay, I disconnected Firebot and it is still going on a fundraising thing, so ignore Brickobot. I was raising money. I raised $51 on this channel. The team raised over $5,000 in this year's effort, which is awesome. We will not be afraid. We will not. We are fearless. All right, this gap at the back here feels weird. Like, using this curve piece here made sense in the head, but it would also make sense down here. Because this basically goes on there. And that goes up on there, so that's... So that's kind of what can be worked out from the picture. It's really not sturdy at all. So that is also where I might have to use... Is there another one of those? Yep. Oh, you know what it could be? I reckon, because we can't see this plate up the top. It's probably more a case of a 2x4 there. And then there, that makes it more stable. All right, time for the book. Did we get it right? First of all, I don't think we put that in there. No, we used the red plates that you don't need, so same difference. Those go there. They've just used a different combination of these extra plates. So, same idea. These bits that you can't see in the photos are where we put them. Yeah, that goes there. Okay, yep. That makes sense. So, up here, I used plates to fill this gap. That's where this rounded piece should have gone. And then this gap through here would have been the 2x3 brick. Leaving this 1x2 brick free to fill the backside. I think that's going to be the difference here, because they're all there. That is exactly what we did, other than that bit. Yeah, it's got the 1x2 brick underneath. So similar idea to what we've done. They just extended it by a plate to step out. So, not bad. And I left a hole where its hole should be. That's where it lays the eggs. Hey, hero. Speaking of turkeys, I heard what you called me. I didn't take a photo of the unicorn version, which means I'm gonna have to rebuild it. Delete person. Let's get a photo of this bird.
I learned how to drink in the Navy, boys.
Cheers, hero. This one says share a Coke with a boomer. Cheers. And g'day, Erebray. Welcome to 3. Hola. So, this is our attempt using the booklet photo.
Let's show you around. Get you situated here.
And hey,
this
Kara.
This is the bucket where our pea freezes.
And yes, I left a hole in the back.
Yeah, that's it.
But we have now looked in the book and realized that this should have gone. So it's all stuff that you can't see in the photo. This should have been down here. This should have gone across through here, leaving this brick free to be down here. Yeah, is it still raining outside or is it just cloudy?
Very, very thick, very chunky, and they are packed to the brim.
It is warm in here. One moment, please, while I take my shirt off. Ooh. Take it off. Oh. Alright, the shirt is off. It's warm in Australia, alright? Alright, so we've done the bird. Kerry, you missed the unicorn. Took half an hour, but the unicorn is completely buildable using only this picture. And next up will be the seahorse. And I forgot to switch Firebot from the normal command list back from the fundraising one. So even though I've turned that off, even though I've disconnected and reconnected Firebot, it is still running those through today. So any fundraising stuff or donor links that Rebrickable tries to tell you about will not work. All right, let's see if we have more luck with the seahorse. Do do do. Do do do. Right, those are part. Down, down, down. Those off. Okay, we are back to the beginning. Hey, Og, welcome in. We are on build number 3 now of this not looking at the instructions day.
Nice legs. For a human.
Made a couple mistakes in the bird.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
But the unicorn was about half an hour of building time and was 100% successful. That goes on there. This goes here. Yeah, and Eric reminded me that the Millennium Falcon instructions run Rebrickable for free, so I've grabbed those. Oh, no, okay. This will be going this way. Hold that. And the same on this side. And then you can see a bit of dark turquoise there. Did you see that the Millennium Falcon can make the ship from fire? Ooh. Ooh, as in the MIDI scale one? Or the which Falcon? Oh, so the one from like last year? Because I have got that. That would be cool to do. That goes there. You can just see that there's another one of these on the other side. So I'm just gonna guess at this point that they've made that symmetrical. So there's our little stand. Kara says, hi everybody from down the hall. It's the end of the tail. Need a curved slope to go over here. That's the tail resting on the base there. Okay, here's where it's going to get tricky. Like so, and then white semicircle there. Okay. There's little bits of snot building going on here. Thank you, Eric. That one is not free. That is such an awesome build. It's so well done. Love that.
Perhaps you should read the instructions first.
Ooh, very cool. Okay, so we've got this. We can do the nose. Okay, that looks like we've got brick and then a bracket there, which is where the unicorn horn goes on. Then we've got this curved piece with some of these. It won't be that one, it'll be this one. So it can connect to the neck. That goes there. So this for the eyes to attach needs to be we can't see the color, so they'll be the white ones. So then that goes on like that. Okay, there we go. So we're at the head. That's the other end of the neck. What's the total length of this thing? Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is the total length. So that goes across there. That's one little sideways bit. That's the other one. But does that run the whole way through like that? Those. I'm going to use this pink piece on the inside because there's only one of them. So I'll chuck those there. And then we'll chuck these two down here. Now the question here will be the geometry of how these attach. They're not flush with that. There. Up there. Oh, and this will go that way. Okay, so okay, there's one fin. There it is. One of those. Belong. Okay, so then that plate will be what these attach to. So how does that? How does that tie into things? No. No. It's almost like that needs to be up on another. Do we go with one more layer of legs? What about there? Still doesn't feel. No, and it can't be there. It has to be down here. Because it's got. No, that doesn't work. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. Backtrack just a little bit. Because we have these two. Attaching onto that. And that goes there. That attaches there. Okay. Do we get another angle on the seat? Yes, but not a helpful one. Although it does look in this angle that there's a huge shadow between these plates and this surface. On this photo, they look almost flush. What's that about? So right, let's try with the snot bricks in here. So that has to go in there. 2 pieces. Does that go in like that? And those go there. Or does this go up? No. No, it has to be down here. Yeah, because that, we put that there. Those will line up there. Because the shadow makes it look like they're out, like maybe on a bracket. I don't think they are. Yeah, because if they were, are they built two different ways? The photo in the book definitely looks different. Actually, let's see if this goes on here. No, that doesn't cover up enough of that hole there. So maybe they are. Maybe the photo on this just uses so much light. So reverse engineering then, we pop these down into here. Those go there. Take these out. So that goes there. We'll try it with these again. We'll put these back in.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Cheers, everybody. I think we're getting there. I think. So if those go there, that gives us shadow there, like the photo from one angle. And it gives us the coverage here, like this picture. And it's not a huge gap, but it's just enough. Oh. Horn is off. But I think that's it. So I think take a picture of what I've built. And then we'll go through the book. All right. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, the base we got right. I mean, I didn't use these in there, I used something else. But there are a lot of extra plates in this, so but it does mean we end up with these brackets in the right spot. And those. So yeah, the end result is the same shape. And because you've got enough plates left over, essentially you It's like the inside of the bird. There's the sections with plates that you can use different colors, and you get the yep. So, unicorn 100% correct. Seahorse, for the purposes of external, 100% correct. So, nice. And it's just about 4 o'clock. So what we're going to do now is didn't get a picture of the unicorn. Should I rebuild the unicorn before we do the falcon? I don't have photo proof that I built it. And Urabrai's going to take off. Take care. No worries, Urabrai. Always good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. All right. The ads will be running soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up, stretch, and grab a snack because we've finished this little section. And then when we come back, I think I'm going to quickly rebuild that. It will not take long. There's only 145 pieces here. And we'll see how much I remember from the first go. There'll be less trial and error and more, oh yeah, this went here, this went here. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Stretch, grab yourselves a drink, and we'll see you back here soon.
Welcome to the party, pal!
The BRB, it's BRB time. We're BRB.
Hi, Mo. I went to grab a snack and came back with bagel with cream cheese and Vegemite. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Right. So we've built the seahorse, and now I'm going to pull it apart. And quickly rebuild the unicorn. And then do some pre-Star Wars weekend Star Wars building. Brick separator. This went flying, but it hit my chest and landed on my leg. There we go. These off. Okay, there we go. One of those was a spare in the unicorn. All right, there we go. Second half of the bagel. Okay. Bagel and Vegemite, winning combination. All right. Remembering which bits went where. Those went there. Purple. Okay. There we go. There's the rainbow base. Okay, that's where that went. That went there. That's where those went. That was those ones. the orange snot bricks there. Yes, there. There. Oh, is this where the other one of those was? All right, and then this was where we had those. There. That went there. We're the Guardians. Guardians of Asgard. Asgard. Guardians. Asgard. Of Asgard. Bow, 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 bow. It's so much quicker when you build it the second time. And there. And that was the clip for the tail, went there. Goes like that. And there. 2 blue snot bricks. One like that. Alright, so there's the tail. That goes there. Do do do. There we go. Cry. And we're done. There we go. There is the redone unicorn. So that now I can take a photo like I should have done when I first built it.
Water! To drink!
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Martini, shaken, not stirred. Okay. Photo has been taken. Let her go. Okay, we nearly pulled this apart. All right, so now it's time to bring up these instructions. Where did I put those? All right, so we get this, and we make this refer to that, and then we make it visible. Ta-da! It's instructions.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, and then we bring those across. Structure, they go there. Bring it on back, bring it on back. Okay. earpieces. Where did they go? Where did they end up? There's one. There's one. Oh, I still need to do Kara's hydrate and cheer. It's busy taking the unicorn apart. There's the hydrate. Cheers. Step 6. Okay. That goes on there. Alright, so this is the same. Goes on there. Okay, yep, cool. Oops. I don't like when custom instructions do this. So you put them there. This brick just levitates here. So that can just hang out there until it's got something underneath it. Alright, let's make some little semicircles out of these yellowish orange tiles. Cheese slope. Cheese. Cheese. And where's the other one? I have to raid these spares. If I do that, I'll find it straight away. There it is. So that goes up on top there. This is still just hanging out doing nothing. Alright, what step was that? That was step 50. 24 is the same as before. Like, you could have just said do this times 2, but no. This goes over. Yeah. Turn it around. That's what these are. White curved slope and the other one. Where's the matching one? There it is. Right. Now it's attached. Okay, then we got the other one side down here. Today. This is very cool. Need to do more mucking around and mock work again. And then orange plate there. Those on the back. Those on the front. And then rests down like that. Oh, that fits very neatly into that clip and holds it in place. That's cool. Well played. And where's this going? Oh, that holds that on. That's going over that clip. And then those clip into that. Oh, nice. Actually do clip in from above and below. That's cool. Then we do the other side. Drop the piece in the tray. As one does. Yeah, getting these to line up that's cool. Two different types of hinge plates. Alright, where's my other little... Okay, this one's going under the purple plate. This goes right in music. Step 54. Clip in, go to there. Clips in there. Goes there. All right. This could benefit from having the old rotate symbol and like being clear which bits you're working on. So that goes onto there. And this attaches on onto there. Oh, that is so nicely lined up. All right, what are we doing here? Getting one of these. Single stud under there. You're going up onto there. Is this going to touch underneath? Oh no, it goes on this side. It's there. This is using most of the pieces. This is impressive. Is this the gun underneath? Nope, it's the antenna on top. Okay. Wrong guess. That just rests on top of those pieces. Cool. That appears to be it. That's the end of the PDF. Yep, that is the one. Uses 132 parts. There we go. That's the Rainbow Falcon. That is so cool. That's worth the $10. I'm wondering if you could. You'd probably work this in. Like that, you're not gonna really. Oh. Oh, no, because that slightly overlaps. That's not a 2-stud gap between those. Those sections. Yeah, the only other thing you could do would be to put that under there. No, that's great. That's fantastic. That's awesome. All right, so that was the Rainbow Falcon. So we've done the unicorn, whatever that bird is, and the seahorse. And then finally the falcon. So let's get a photo of that. Yeah, it's nearly 5 o'clock. Get it with the books. Very cool. All right, so that's nearly the 3-hour mark. Let's see who's on, because that's all the Lego I have for today. I'm still working out plans for next weekend. Because the Build for Hope campaign kind of delayed the 400 follower celebration, because that happened during that. So I was like, okay, we've got to do that at some point. And okay, Heroes rated out. Cool. But yeah, so next weekend, stay tuned. I'll try and get organized and announce something on Discord and Instagram beforehand. But I've also got some Star Wars ideas to do for May the 4th. So I'll probably be doing some digital building. I don't have some of the MIDI sets. I've got some that I've already built, but I might do some studio work and build like the 10-4 or something, because I don't have that one. And got some ideas around that. So that'll be next weekend. Tomorrow is going to be back to Tomb Raider. Jump back in there. See how we go with janky Lara Croft. So that'll be jumping back to the Lego Lara down in the corner here. And then Sunday, Euro trucking. Probably driving around France a bit more, trying to get to
Perhaps you should read the instructions first.
By the power of boobs and short shorts, indeed, Kara. If you want some small droids, you've got a few on your Rebrickable. All your instructions are free. And do you use the same username, Eric? Can I search that way? Just Ecobat. Oh, nice. Oh, that R2 is cool.
Perhaps you should read the instructions first.
Oh, that's a nice use of hinge pieces for your protocol droid for the hands. Oh my goodness. Yes. 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 The tie separator. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that's something that I'm oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I'll be downloading some of those instructions. But, okay, that is awesome. There you go, Kara. Check out that. That is impressive. I love it. All right, so it is Millennium Akuma's affiliate anniversary, or it is tomorrow, and Twitch is already doing the 48-hour grace period of time zone coverage. So let's go head over that way. So yeah, back tomorrow for Lara Croft, and then Sunday will be Euro Truck. And then next weekend is May the 4th. It's also a federal election down here. I've got to remember to do my postal vote beforehand. And I'll pick something to build for celebrating 400 followers. So let's get ready to over.
Begin auto-destruct sequence. Authorization Picard 47 Alpha Tank.
So cheers everyone for being here. Copy one of those. Unless Kara can type faster than me, can you? I'm typing up a separate one to, if I can copy that. Oh, I didn't mean push that button, but yeah, sure. Thanks, Kara. I meant typing a new raid message, but it's all good. I meant type out a new raid message like you did last time, but nope, it's all good. So copy one of those. And we'll see you next time. Yeah, which means I now can't push the button to raid Kara, so cheers everyone. And we'll see you next time. Bye.